First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. Second thing second, this is a pro-coal zone. So no matter how harsh criticisms get, it's all compassion. Third things third, we respect the apology here. Those who can sleep in a crowd full of booze are blessed indeed. Now, to the point. Everyone's telling you you should be frolicking in flower-filled fields, being one with the birds, breeze blowing through your hair as sweet spring sunshine warms you up, and no! They're all wrong. The first thing on your not to-do list is relax. They trashed you the first time. What makes you think they're right this time? Because they're saying the complete opposite of what they said before? No. The world is more complex than a coin toss. So,
Jermaine, Cole,
we need to break down these disses because they're worse than everyone thinks. So, starting with the one everyone makes the most noise about, downplaying the discography, which is really not that big a deal. You're allowed to have your own opinion. Seems kinda contrary to your own values, but it's whatever. You specifically mentioned this in the apology, so no more discussion necessary. Moving on to something a little more sinister. If he wasn't dissing, we wouldn't be discussing. So we just blatantly lying now?
Behind Drake and Dot, yeah, them superstars to me.
Who said this? Your evil twin? At least one person discussing. And love when they argue the hardest MC, is it? Etc. You know the line. So it's not just you. There is a they that's discussing prior to the dissing. Now, information warfare is an important part of conflict. But you're lying on yourself. That's dangerous. Something even more dangerous. 4 albums in 12 years, I can divide. Quote from a great verse. A great song. Jay-Z killed that. But Jay-Z lost. Sorry. The only reason to skip out on 500,000 to have dinner with them to ask advice on how to battle their rival is to get a list of things on what to not do. Sorry again. That, together with averaging one hard verse every 30 months or something. In response, here's a metaphor. If a volcano hasn't erupted in a few years, but it's still active, would you make fun of it? Walk up to it and be like, "Volcano, you're such a lame." Or even better, if an asteroid showed up, would you say, "The last time an asteroid hit us was 65 million years ago. I ain't scared of no asteroid. Matter of fact, I wish an asteroid would." And then we're surprised when either of them explode and change the landscape. Here's the thing. My suspicion. If you're a genius, there'll be a period of your life when quantity versus quality is a false dichotomy. Think Mixtape Wayne or Kanye's first decade. Back to back to back to back to back to back classics. Or Prince's Everything.
Everything!
Or Einstein in 1905. He did the Einstein relation, his Nobel Prize winning work on the photoelectric effect, special relativity, and E equals mc squared. Geniuses say a lot because they have a lot to say. Even then, Einstein took 8 years to make general relativity. This prioritizing productivity over creativity, boasting of quantity before quality, it's bad for everybody. It's like that Carl Goss quote. You don't go to the grocery store to weigh your jewelry. YouTubers have to run the hamster wheel, grinding out content for relevance. The academic world has publish or perish, compromising research quality and causing scientific crises. Even in the business world, Boeing be putting out planes without quality checks, and to see how Okay, never mind that. Everything's fine over there. On a lighter note, you kept all the short jokes to a minimum. That's good. I love me some playground insults. Some good kid this is. But when Pusha T battled Lil Wayne, he won. And he made zero short jokes. I like promoting winning strategies. Diogenes, could you come for these birds so they'll stop flocking together? And bonus, they might become men. Now, to go on what seems like a tangent, but I promise will be relevant soon. You know how sometimes people wonder how Tupac could release songs like Brenda's Got a Baby or Dear Mama and then release Hit 'Em Up? Conveniently forgetting, Tupac thought Biggie had him shot, then released a song called Who Shot Here, and then Puff Daddy's walking around saying stuff like this, basically calling him a liar and a coward, but, you know, he's a good guy. What does that have to do with this? Well, he's living life with the pressures of a constant facade, but you love him, and you mess with him?
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
It's one thing to lie about riches. That's minimal even in the medium scheme of things. But you're accusing this man of being not just a liar, but a parasite. But you're still cool with him. That's a Diddy-ish kind of statement, and it's never a good time to sound like Diddy. Now, maybe you don't believe in anything I said. Maybe you think every point I made is hot garbage. But then, we still needed to ask, why did you do it? Because you didn't have to diss discography. You didn't have to do things that would threaten your sleep. You could have just stood your ground, dropped some hot bars, and declared you're prepared for whatever. Switching sides like the tassel on a cap and a gown. That's a good one. Put a M right on your head, now you wanna barber these men. I've never been under the public pressure you have. My phone's never overheated. In fact, if my phone was connected to the nuclear launch codes, we'd have world peace.
I'm about to blow up.
No.
But you have. Because you've been here before. Got here off of bars, no controversy. 2013 TKO Black Friday remix. You talked your talk, dropped bars, not a toxic reply in sight, no sleep lost. Yeah, we were gassed, but it was all love. It was fun. We can't have fun?
Fun with off limits in Mister's house.
Did I just catch you having fun?
Back to the all-consuming question. Why do you do this? Why do you let yourself down? Because we've been here before too. This isn't the first time you've folded on your values. Back when the label wouldn't let you put an album out without a hit single. So you compromised and made it work out. And we know that story. I've never been under this kind of pressure, but to make a possibly unfair comparison, Kanye West has. In the same situation with the same label, no hits, no album. He had his car crash, stayed true to himself and made it through the wire. Then you sampled Kanye for Workout. You sampled the guy who doesn't compromise to compromise. The irony. You've grown, however. You've proven you can excel under this kind of pressure. But under this fresher, more intense pressure, you folded. And the next time you encounter a different, new pressure, you will fold again. Here's an analogy to summarize, and the only Kendrick comparison I'll make. It's like you did all this work to get to the beach. You're standing before the great ocean of truth. But you're busy sunbathing on the sand, while Kendrick dove right in. Get in the water, Cole. That statement came with a lot of gravity, but that's just because I'm being very serious. Right now, you're charged up. Most times it should feel like swatting a fly. But your soul is calling out to you, and you're not listening. Because if you're like this, you can switch dimensions like Rick and Morty, find a million news, practice for 1,000,000 years in 1,000,000 nested hyperbolic time chambers. You still won't be what you need to be. The fall off won't be what it needs to be until you do this.
One more thing.
And this one is going to be a stretch. So keep the salt close by. Kanye keeps showing up here. Why is that?
I'm magic.
Mr. West was a big influence on you, correct? You did last call on the warm-up. In both of the ups actually, he's the most frequent producer after you. You've sampled him a bunch, interpolated the words. He dissed George Bush on television. You dissed him on No Role Models. You had Born Sinner compete with Jesus. That's on theme. Someone else could finish the list. So that being said, how do you think your first verse on False Prophets is aging? It seems apt. However, there's something to watch out for. Between the Farrakhan shoutout, having the fever of wanting other women while in a committed relationship, a lot of lyrics about cancel culture, and if you let transphobia replace the anti-Semitism, well, nothing's wrong with any of these overtly, except for the transphobia. But taking all of them together, you're getting disturbingly close to modern Kanye. One warning. When you gaze long into the abyss will gaze into you. Time for the obvious. Why should you listen to me? I'm just a guy on the internet with an anime profile picture. The least respectable kind of guy on the internet. And it's not even a good anime profile picture. It looks like if Dr. Frankenstein tried to stitch together two anime characters, but if he failed his PhD, never even got his bachelor's, and the only medical training he got was playing Dr. Luigi's brother. It's like they got in an accident and they needed a blood transfusion, but the only blood type available was
Oh, hell no!
I only have 16 subscribers. I don't even have a video with over 1,000 views. One of my videos has 5 views, and all 5 of those views are me. I make semi-decent videos with halfway decent comedy. All my jokes are like Peter Pan. This isn't a broke boy trying to clown a millionaire. You don't need Google Maps to know where the joke is there. If you got in my face and did it how you do it, I'd be done. This is just some friendly advice. I'm not rushing you. Not trying to put pressure on your cranium. But Simba, frolicking time is over. No more Hakuna Matata. You have some Matatas. Okay, that sounded way better in my head. Let's all to my 16 subscribers, thanks for sticking around. We're getting back to anime stuff. Time to take another 10 months to make a 10-minute video essay. Bye.